Hey, what's going on, cash flow hackers? It's Chris with Life180, and here for a really exciting video. I get a question a lot: is Chris, does this infinite banking, whole life insurance, financial concept stuff work in Canada the same way it works in the United States? And the answer is absolutely yes. Sadly, for a long time, we haven't really been able to help that many people in Canada because, well, people that we're connected with weren't licensed in Canada. And so there's a really awesome opportunity here, I think, for everybody, for the channel to be able to bring more value to everybody. And honestly, just for people in Canada who are lacking the ability to have the information given to them that is going to be able to serve them and help them really understand different alternative financial strategies that are going to help them achieve their financial goals, really is what it comes down to. And so I'm really excited. This group of people that you can see here is from an organization called 48 Financial. And I am really excited at this point in time to talk about our partnership, because here's the deal. I get a lot of questions about Canada. And so it's really nice to know now that I have a group of people that have the right heart, the right mind, the right education to go out and serve and be able to help people solve their problems. And to have this really just proficient professional group that I know I can hand people to, that if you watch this content that I trust and that you ultimately can just plug into to get all your questions answered if you're in Canada. Because yes, it is the same and it's a little different. And so there are nuances there. So honestly, while I know 95% of it, for me personally, there are little nuanced differences. And these guys are the best of the best of the best in Canada at doing this. And so I'm really just excited to introduce them and really formalize and introduce this partnership that we have, kind of strategic alliance, I guess, between Life180 and 48 Financial in Canada. And it's really that clean. So I think what I'd love to do now is kind of go around the group and just take this opportunity to introduce everybody to you, or at least the leaders on the team up there. And I guess the best way to start this would be to start with Wayne. So Wayne Durkson, I'm gonna just kind of give him a little intro. I've talked to Wayne. He is just a really fellow brother in Christ. I love this guy. I mean, 48 Financial. I'm not gonna do it justice, but you need to listen to why he calls it 48 Financial, and go from there. And so Wayne, because I don't want to do you a disservice, I want you to kind of talk about 48 Financial, start by getting into why you love infinite banking, why you love this concept, who you love to help, and why you do this in the first place. And I think everybody's gonna really align with it.
Well, thanks, Chris. What a privilege to be gathered with an amazing group of people. And when it comes to our world, people really are the most important thing that we could ever focus on. And so I'm thrilled to be part of this group. Thrilled to have the opportunity to talk a little bit about 48 Financial and why 48 Financial. Being an old guy, I've been around the block a number of times, and I don't like my time wasted. I like to leverage it well. I like to live with purpose. And so I've had a couple of business situations where philosophy got lost and why we do what we do and what we value. And so I thought, when I had the opportunity to work in building a new structure, 48 Financial was really at the core of my heart. And so there's a passage of scripture in Philippians 4, verse 8 that says this: "If there be anything good, true, right, noble, lovely, admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy, think about these things." And I thought, you know what? What a great value proposition to say to our public. This is who we are, and if you do business with us, whatever transaction, whatever situation, whatever conversation, whatever structure or process we put in place, it's going to get run through that grid. Is it good? Is it true? Is it right? Is it noble? Is it lovely? Is it admirable? Is it excellent? Is it praiseworthy? And if it's not, then shame on us, and we should probably be held accountable for that. And what that does is it says to our public and to our clients and to our friends that we are a company that is driven by a philosophy that you can hold us to. At the end of the day, there's a number of things that trouble me, but one of the things that troubles me is inaccurate messaging shaping our belief systems, and particularly that of the kids. So how do we actually come alongside people and say, if what you believed to be true turned out not to be true, when would you like to know? And then how can we leverage the whole concept of infinite banking? How can we help you take control of your finances? How can we help you take control of the systems and the processes that will actually benefit you, your family, your loved ones, and your future in ways that are simply not attainable through any other structure or process? And so that's the heartbeat of 48 Financial, and this incredible group of people that we get to do life and business with are here to make sure that Canadians discover how to take responsibility and control away from, I won't even put a word around it, but those that may not have your best interests at heart. And how can we help you genuinely create wealth for your families and then figure out how to steward it in ways that will serve our world and our community and our people and to bring about sort of that stratospheric success in your life. And so I'm thrilled to be part of the team, and I would love at this point to turn it over to Cole. Cole has just been this incredible impetus in our journey of figuring out how to maximize a dream and put pieces around it and leverage us into a whole new opportunity. So Cole, take it away.
Yeah, okay, that's great, Wayne. I really super appreciate that. We're just so happy that you've built a foundation of a company that has such virtuous and auspicious attributes. It's something that I'm honored to be a part of. Obviously, infinite banking for me has completely changed my life. I'll just speak from my own perspective and what my life looked like before and after infinite banking. Before infinite banking, I really wanted to be the person that I am today. I struggled, truthfully, for many years as a founder, as a startup entrepreneur and a pioneer of many different industries, primarily in natural healthcare and food. Trying to make money is a hard thing. Was I making money? It looked like I was making money. I might have been making money. I could have been making money. All these kind of questions kind of come up. And now finally that I'm leveraging and working with, and I have relationships that are a lot differently. I have a relationship with money that I didn't have before. I know I'm making money today. It's tangible, it's clear, it's right in front of me. I work very closely with a beautiful group of people, as you can all see here. I'm not a licensed advisor. I am a contributor and working on the back end and the marketing side of things with the entire team, and just doing one kind of tiny little small thing called trying to change the world, just like everybody else. And we call that building the 10%. I'd love the opportunity to talk with you more about what building the 10% means. Write that down if you're listening to this. And please keep a keen sense of what all the other advisors here actually have to say. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to you, Liz, an actual licensed infinite banking practitioner, and just like Wayne is, and be happy to hear what you have to say.
Thanks so much, Cole. Yeah, delighted to be forming this partnership with the Life180 channel and bringing some Canadian content. So it's not uncommon for people to approach me and say, I first heard about this concept by watching US content and I wanted to know whether this is available in Canada. So that's a big yes, it is. And we have been working to form this partnership so that we can bring you some content and talk about this. Because another question that we get is, is this possible no matter where I'm at? And so it is. It's something that we can talk to you about your objectives. There's flexibility. And, something I really enjoy working as an advisor is with real estate investors who have free and clear cash flow. I also work with business owners who are trying to solve tax issues or estate planning issues. So it's things that I really love to do and really change the trajectory. So families can benefit from this greatly. So wherever you're at in your journey of building your financial fortress, this is a really great complementary asset that we teach people about. And so I think a lot like Cole said earlier, which is it really has changed dramatically the trajectory of my own financial position as well as the clients that I work with. And I think that's a really important thing. Whoever you choose to work with, make sure that they're actually implementing it in their own life. So make sure this is something that your advisor is doing as well, because that's going to give them a really different understanding of how this process is, because I'm using this on a daily basis. And so I can, speak from my own personal experience as well as working with clients. So, yeah, and we're looking forward to bringing you a whole bunch more content on how you can use this concept in your life and sharing that with you over the next few months on the channel. I'm going to hand it over to George, who is another great advisor of ours. We work right across Canada. We're based in different places in Canada. George is in Alberta. I'm in BC. Cole's in Ontario, so we're right across the country. Yeah, I'll hand it over to George to share his part.
All right, thanks very much, Liz. Hi, everyone. Very honored and privileged to be here and to be a part of this group. Much appreciated for having me involved. So, just a little bit about me. So, I was in the military for 20 years in the Air Force. I've been an entrepreneur. I'm an engineer by trade. So, I have a very analytical mind, very practical, logical. So when my wife and I learned about this concept back in 2011, it took me a little while to catch on, but my wife got it right away. And she said, "We need to do this." I'm like, "Wait a minute. We need to make sure the numbers make sense here." So as soon as we understood it, it made sense, was logical, practical, tangible. Um, we jumped in and became practitioners. So I've been licensed since 2008. I discovered this concept in 2011, and I've been practicing it in my life, my kids' lives, my grandchildren's lives, and teaching it as well. I come from a place of service, so um, I want to serve my clients. I come from a place of education. I want to educate and then let people make informed and educated decisions about their particular situations. So that's where I come from. Some of the aspects that I love most about this concept is what we can do for our children and how we can make this multi-generational. So I am impacting 3 generations in my family currently, and then every generation thereafter is going to be impacted in a positive, fantastic way. So I know my kids, my grandkids, and every generation thereafter is not going to have to worry about money. So how powerful is it that we can ensure that our kids and grandkids and great grandkids will never have to worry about money? Just think about that for a minute. It's incredible. And we can do it so easily. Doesn't take a lot of money. All we need is determination, time, and discipline. And we can make this work. So it's been working in our lives for over 10 years. So privileged and honored to have learned this concept and had the opportunity to actually learn directly from Mr. Nelson Nash himself, who is the pioneer, the godfather, and he has passed his knowledge on to us, and we get to practice his message and spread his message. And as Cole said, build the 10%. So we're looking for that tipping point, the 10% tipping point, where this becomes the norm instead of the exception. So thanks very much for having me here. Look forward to speaking to you, answering your questions, getting you whatever information you need to make an informed decision. So take it easy. Talk to you later. Over to Marilyn.
Amazing. Thanks so much, George. I am so delighted to be here today, and I'm going to just share a little bit about myself. So my husband and I were introduced to the infinite banking concept about 8 years ago, and he was all about it, and I was like, I don't get it. And I just kept reading and studying, and finally I caught it and figured it out. So we've been practicing it in our family for the last 8 years. Our children also have been practicing it. And about 3.5 years ago, my husband says to me, I think that you should get licensed and you should tell other people about this. And so, of course, here I am, a licensed advisor today. And the thing I love about this business the most is the people. I'm a people person. When you meet me, that's the first thing you're going to know about me. I love to talk to people. And that's why the niche that Life180 channel has given me is I am the client service specialist. And so I get to meet with every single person and find out about them, and I submit the applications, and love, love, love what I do. But most importantly, I love helping people. And like George, we've been practicing it in our family, and I'm hoping I'm getting close to the next stage of life where I'm going to hopefully be a grandma. Not yet, but soon. And I want to pass that all along to the next generation. And I'm so excited to do that. So thank you so, so much, Cole, for all of this. And for Wayne. Wayne has been so, so important in my life, an amazing coach. So I appreciate him. And all the other people on this in this group, excited to get to work with them. So I'm going to pass it on to Matt.
Hey everyone, I'm super excited to be on this team. My name is Matt Branch. I learned about the infinite banking concept about 2 years ago, and I didn't start implementing it until about a year ago. I met with Cole. I met him in his office in Toronto, and I just asked for his mentorship. He got me in touch with the Nelson Nash Institute, and so I actually ended up doing my exam, this big book right here. Learned a ton about it, got really fired up about it. I've talked to Chris. Liz is directly mentoring me. Chris, I remember my first video 2 years ago I watched, and it's pretty cool how small the world is, because Chris hooked me up with Cole, and it's just amazing, this group of people we get to work with. So I'm learning as much as I can, and I love helping people, especially learning about compounding and how the effects of compounding work inside a whole life policy. And yeah, that's it from me. Super excited to be here. Thanks, Chris.
That's awesome, man. Well, guys, here's what I'll say about Matt. Matt has this huge heart for service, and it is awesome for me to see somebody at his age really grab hold of this. Now, I don't know the statistics, but I don't think there's anybody younger, not that I know of, that I've seen that's reached out to me that has actually passed the IBC exam and like become really that deep into it. I don't know if I can technically say you're an authorized practitioner or anything of that nature yet, but the bottom line is Matt is really doing things that very, very few have ever done in this space. And so it's pretty cool to see him take it to the younger generation, because I always kind of say this stuff, if I knew what I know now 20 years ago, like when I was Matt's age, I actually, how old are you, Matt?
I'm 19.
Oh God, 23 years ago. If I'd known 23 years ago, what I know now, I can only imagine where life would have been over the past couple decades. And so it's really exciting. So here's what I can say. Everybody on this call is really just amazing at what they do. They have like a heart for service. If you are in Canada, you're going to be reaching out to somebody. You're going to talk to one of these guys on the team. Cole and I have co-written the cash flow hacking book in Canada there. That is just, if you are interested or you have an affinity towards real estate, and you understand that cash flow investing is the only real way that you're going to reach freedom in any real timely manner that probably is going to have you have any level of happiness in your life. I say it that way. I still can't comprehend people that just want to work their entire life until they're 65 and then retire. My head just wants to explode every time I hear that. But, so we have all these strategies. We have all these people. Here's my call to action for anybody. If you're in Canada, if you have any questions, if you're uncertain, if you just feel like you want to get a little clarity around what is all this stuff, or how do you, implement any of this, or try to figure out where it fits in your life, I would just say go down in the link in the description below and set up a call with one of these guys. It'll go through. You'll talk to one of them. It's not hardcore. That's one of the things that I love about it. There's no hardcore sales pitches or anything like that. It's all about serving you. I'm a big believer that money follows value, and the bottom line is, you get on the phone with them, they're going to put so much value into your life that if it makes sense and if it's the right fit, then it'll make sense to work together and it'll all work out. So that it really is that clean. And what we are also doing is every single one of these guys has different passion points. And I mean, they're all authorized practitioners. They're all, have different ways that they can impact. But the bottom line is they're all going to be creating different levels of content or different types of content, all to serve and educate and help you understand what you need to do to get to where you want to go, right? So I'm a big believer. It's like Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is you got to know where you want to go, and then you got to reverse engineer, the plan to get there. And that's what this content's going to be all about. And so I'm excited about this because I love doing this in the US. But I think I'm going to become a fan as much of these playlists as all the Canadians, because I just want to learn about the differences in Canada. And I know there are differences that I don't understand still to this day. And so it's going to be really cool to watch all the different content come together and how it can serve all the Canadians up there, because I know there's a serious lack of education, especially online, around this stuff. And so it's really cool for me to be part of a crew like this that's going to be putting out this content that is genuinely going to be changing lives up there. So really excited, guys. Excited about the partnership. And that's it for now. So make sure, if you haven't, guys, go subscribe to the channel. Click the bell, that way you get notified, and then be on the lookout for the Canadian playlists that we're going to be creating about all this financial content, because there's going to be a lot, and we are going to create specific thumbnails, just so everybody knows, because we are going to be segmenting. We're going to have Canadian content and US content. So to make it easier on all the Canadians that are going to be watching this content, we're going to have the thumbnails that are going to be very distinguishable. So when you see it come across your notifications, you'll know if it's for you or not. I would encourage you to watch all the content, but if you want to just focus on the Canadian stuff, you could do that pretty easily as well. So anything else from any of you guys?
One thing, when we're talking about Matt being 19, so I discovered this in my 40s. So I'm an older person, but I got my kids started when they were 19 and 22. And then I got my grandson started when he was a month old. So the sooner we start, the better it is. And if I knew what Matt knows when I was 19, my life would be completely different. So kudos to Matt, kudos to everybody that watches this and takes action.
I'll just leave it by saying that, Chris, thank you for the opportunity to collaborate with the Life180 team. Obviously, we're eternally grateful. We think you do the best job on the internet, and we look forward to 10xing and 100xing this channel and building the 10% that way. So God bless you all.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, have a blessed, inspirational day. Be on the lookout for the content, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.